else gets 2/3? A daughter of a son, with the condition that there is no daughter above her. There's no daughter. And there is no son. And it's 2 or more daughters of a son. And what else do we say?
Son of a son?
There's no son of a son. Okay? So what happens if there's a daughter? So a person dies and he leaves behind a daughter and a daughter of a son. The daughter gets a half. Alright? There's no 2/3 for the daughter of a son to get. And we'll talk about what she gets later. Alright? So a daughter of a son, 2/3. So a daughter gets 2/3 with 2 conditions, is that it's more than 2, it's 2 or more, and that there's no son. Daughter of a son gets 2/3 with four conditions, right? The first is that it is 2 or more. The second is that there's no daughter. Third is that there's no son. The fourth is that there's no son of a son. 4 conditions. Who else gets 2/3?
Paternal sisters?
Full sister.
Oh, yeah, sister.
Full sister gets 2/3 with more conditions.
There's no other male.
No other male.
Oh, yeah.
Before that.
So there's like no other father, grandfather, brother.
Right. So it has to be 2 or more, number 1. There can't be a full brother. There can't be a son or a son of a son or a daughter or of a daughter of a son. And there can't be a father. Okay. 4 is the paternal sister, or 2 or more paternal sisters, with the condition that it's 2 or more. Second condition is that there are no paternal brothers. Third condition is that there are no full sisters. Third condition is that there are no full brothers. Fourth condition is that there are no daughters, no sons, no daughters of a son, no son of a son, and no father. So, if you guys notice, the farther the relationship, the more conditions are stipulated for them to get a certain amount. The closer the relationship, the less the conditions. So with inheritance, there are a few considerations. There's the direction of the relationship, or not relationship. What is it called? The family ties. Right? Qaraba. How would you translate qaraba? What's the English word for qaraba? Family connection, family ties, relation, relative, because they're relatives. So what type of relative? So the direction, right? So is it parent? Is it child? Is it brother and sister? Okay. So the direction, there's the level. So a child is a level, and a child of a child is another level. So the direction, the level, and the strength. The strength would be if a person is related in 2 ways rather than related in 1 way. So a person who's related in 2 ways is a full brother. Right? So they're related through mother and through father. And a person who's related through one way, like paternal brother or a paternal sister. Does that make sense? So say for example, we said this is the deceased person, right? And they have a brother. Okay? So that brother, if it's related through only the father, right, has a weaker connection to the deceased than another one who's related through both mother and father. Yes. So the direction, the level, and the strength. Direction, level, and strength. But the fifth prescribed amount is what? So he said there are 6 prescribed amounts.
1/3.
Right? There are 6 prescribed amounts. Half, fourth, eighth, 2/3, 1/3, 1/6. Right? الفرض في كتاب الله 6 لا فرض في النص الفرض في نص الكتاب 6 لا فرض سواها البتة نصف وربع ثم نصف الربع والثلث والسدس بنص الشرع والثلثان وهما التمام فحفظ كل حافظ إمام.
Who's the author of this poem?
هذا الرحبية.
الرحبية.
صحيح هذا الرحبية. تفضلوا. ايوه ما شفتوه؟ طيب اتصل لكم عليه.
His phone's right here.
سعد.
No, his phone is right here.
Oh, I'll call his other phone.
No.
He has 2 phones. طيب. حياك الله.
He has all the
So some people are looking for you at the office, my friend. Salam. طيب جزاك الله. السلام عليكم. أيوه. So a third. So a third is the portion of 2 categories of people. The first is the mother, with the condition that there is no child and there isn't 2 or more brothers or sisters. الثلث فرض الأم حيث لا ولد ولا من الإخوة جمع ذو عدد. It's not your job to rip that rope or string. So don't make it your job, please. Thank you. Right, so the mother gets a third when? When what?
There's no child.
There's
brother, or
no
sister.
child, meaning there's no son, there's no daughter of a son, there's no daughter, no son of a son. What if there is a daughter of a daughter? Because we said there's no child. What if there is a daughter of a daughter? Does the mother still get a third? I'm asking.
Yeah.
Why?
So considered a child?
I'm sorry, what?
That's considered a child if it's a daughter of a daughter.
So a mother gets a third if there's no child, we said. We should say there's no inheriting child. That's what we should say. Right? The mother gets a third if there's no inheriting child. So a child that inherits. And there's no, and there isn't 2 or more brothers or sisters. So if a person dies and leaves behind a mother and a daughter of a daughter, Does the mother get a third or not?
No.
Why not?
Because a daughter of a daughter isn't an inheritor.
Right. A daughter of a daughter does not inherit. ما تعرف. There's no inheritance for a daughter of a daughter. Can a daughter of a daughter receive wasiyah? Yes. Why can she receive wasiyah?
Because it's the.
Because she does not inherit. And the Prophet said, La wasiyyata liwarith. There is no wasiyah, no bequest for an inheritor. And a daughter of a daughter is not an inheritor. ما تعرف. Right? Things are coming together a little bit.
Yeah.
So a third is a portion of the mother with the condition of what? What's the condition that a mother gets a third?
No inheriting child.
No inheriting child and
No brother or sister.
no group of brothers or sisters. So no two. So if there's one brother or one sister, then she also gets a third. But if it's two or more, then she does not get a third. So it's no more than one brother or sister. The maternal brother or maternal sister gets a third. Maternal brother or maternal sister. Okay. The condition for them to get a third is that it is two or more, whether it's brother or sister, two or more. And there is no inheriting child, the second condition. So the brother or sister, the maternal brother and sister has to be two or more. And there's no inheriting child. And there's no father or grandfather. No father or grandfather. So three conditions. Two or more maternal brothers and sisters. Second condition is that there is no inheriting child. Third condition is that there's no father or grandfather. Or not grandfather, father's father. I keep forgetting in English you have to be very specific. Father's father. Alright? So that's it. How many people inherit a half?
4.
4 people inherit a half. How many people inherit a fourth? 2. How many people inherit an eighth? 1 time. How many people inherit 2/3? 4. How many people inherit 1/3? 2. As for a sixth, it's 7 people that inherit a sixth. 7 categories of people. So make some space for these. First category is the father. When there is a son or a son of a son. When there is a son or a son of a son. Father gets what? A sixth.
What's the wisdom behind that? Is it usually because the father takes care of the child after the death?
So at this point, the father would be a grandfather.
Yeah.
And those who are responsible are the grandchildren. They're responsible for taking care of the grandfather. Unless the grandchildren are young, so the grandchildren would need something for their future. The grandfather would be more well established
I see. Okay.
in most cases. So the father, he gets a sixth. Okay? If there is a son or a son of a son. The grandfather also gets a sixth, or the father of a father. Also, when there is a son or a son of a son, with the condition that there is no father. So no father, no son of a son, the grandfather gets a third. We said third? No, a sixth, I'm sorry. Not a third, a sixth. The mother also gets a sixth. Mother gets a sixth when there is a son or a inheriting child. When there's an inheriting child and or when there is two or more brothers or sisters. Mother gets a sixth. Mother of a mother or mother of a father also gets a sixth. If there's no mother or an inheriting child or two or more brothers or sisters. That's four. You got three more. Right? A daughter of a son also gets a sixth. With the condition that there is no son of a son or son and there is a daughter, one, not more, a daughter. So what happens is a person dies and that person leaves behind a daughter and a daughter of a son, for example. Say for example, a person dies, they leave behind a son and not a son. They leave behind a daughter and a father and a daughter of a son. Okay? Who do they leave behind? Remind me. What did I just say?
A
Person dies, they leave behind a
daughter, a son, and a son of a daughter.
no son.
No.
A daughter of a son, and a father. Right. So Khalid dies. He leaves behind his daughter Selma and his son's daughter Layla, for example. And his father Muhammad. So the daughter gets what? What does the daughter get?
1/6.
The daughter gets a half. And the daughter of the son gets 1/6. And the father gets the rest. Is that clear? Any questions? So, Allam, after you become an old man, right? You die. And you have a daughter. You leave behind one daughter. And you leave behind one daughter. Okay? And you had a son, and that son had a daughter. Okay? And your father is still around. So the daughter gets 1/2 of your millions. And the daughter of the son gets 1/6. And the father gets the rest. 1/2 plus 1/6 is 2/3. And what's remaining is 1/3, that's what the father gets. And they say, takmila lithuluthain. So the daughter of the son gets 1/6 to complete 2/3. 1/2 plus 1/6 is 2/3. So that's 5. 6 is who? Six is the paternal sister. The paternal sister, meaning a sister who has the same father as the deceased. The paternal sister gets 1/6. When does she get 1/6? She gets 1/6 when there is a sister, a full sister, yeah, so how it works with the 6th is it's like a downgrade from a 3rd. Right? A 6th is a downgrade from a 3rd. So from 2/3, sorry, not 1/3, from 2/3. So the 2/3 people is the daughter of a son, the full sister, and the paternal sister. Right? These are the 2/3 people. Okay? So the 2/3 people get 1/6 if the girl who's above them gets 1/2. Right? So he said a daughter gets 1/2, and there's a daughter of a son, she gets a 6th. Say there's a daughter that gets 1/2, and then there's a paternal sister, a full sister with her. The full sister is going to get 1/6. So the girl that's above her in grade or in level gets 1/2, and she's there's nothing to prevent her, she gets 1/6. So how that works, the paternal sister, she gets 1/6 if there's no paternal brother, and there is a full sister that gets 1/2. Right, so a full sister gets 1/2, and then there's a paternal sister, she gets 1/6. The 7th and last one is a brother, or a maternal brother or maternal sister. So if there's a maternal brother or maternal sister, and there's no inheriting child, there's no father or father of a father, and they're alone, then they get 1/6. وإن كان رجل يورث كلالة أو امرأة وله أخ أو أخت فلكل واحد منهم السدس. أيوة ليلى. Age? Age doesn't matter. Age has nothing to do with it. You're welcome. Age is a non-factor in inheritance. I'm sorry, say that again? I can't hear you. Say that again, please. Inheritance is confusing. You got to be here both days. You guys missed Saturday? You guys missed Saturday? You guys here Saturday? I'm sorry, what? So you're going to repeat over, start over from the beginning? I'm sorry, what? So I can repeat from the males who inherit and the females who inherit and the two types of inheritance. I can run through that real quick. And stop me if I'm going too fast. So how many males inherit? How many categories of male inherit?
10 or 15.
I'm sorry, what?
10 or 15.
10 or 15 depending on how you look at it. 10 or 15 depending on how you look at it. So what are the 10?
Father.
Before the father.
Oh yeah, sorry. Son.
Son.
Yeah. Son of a son.
Son of a son. That's 2.
Then father.
Father.
Father's father.
Father of a father. That's 4.
Full brother.
Full brother. That's 5.
Paternal son.
Paternal brother.
Oh.
6.
And
And
then,
maternal brother. We're talking about men. Males who inherit. First, males. Alright? Males who inherit. Let's say 15. Let's forget about the 10 part. Let's say 15. Males who inherit are 15. Son, son of a son. Father, father of a father. Full brother, paternal brother, maternal brother. That's 7. Full paternal uncle. يعني عم شقيق. Full paternal uncle. Paternal uncle. عم لأب. That's 9. Right? Full. Right. Son of a full uncle. Son of a full uncle. Yeah. Son of a full uncle. Son of a paternal uncle. Yeah. Son of a paternal uncle. That's 11. Right? Who else?
the husband.
Husband
Parent.
and
Someone will free you.
someone freed you. We're missing 2.
Did we say son of a brother?
Yeah, I missed that one. So before the husband. Son of a full brother, son of a paternal brother, husband, and a person who freed a slave. That's 15. For the females that inherit are 7.
14.
7 or 9, depending on how you look at it. Okay? So there's the daughter. There's the daughter of a son, not daughter of a daughter. Daughter of a son. There's a mother. There's a mother of a mother or mother of a father. Grandmother. There's a full sister. Paternal sister. Maternal sister. Wife. And a person who freed a slave.
Is co-wife now?
She's a wife.
Okay.
So what's important is the deceased relationship, the person's relationship to the deceased. So for men it's 15, for sisters, for women it's 9. Inheritors. There are 2 types of inheritance. There is either, are you guys paying attention?
Yes.
You asked me to repeat. And I'm repeating because you asked. And if I'm repeating and you're not paying attention, what's the point in repeating? Fine. So there are two types of ways a person can inherit. Either through prescribed portions, a third, a fourth, a half, either through prescribed portions or they get the rest. There are two ways of inheriting. Now the types of methods through these two ways, there are inheritors, and we talked about this, that only inherit a prescribed portion and they do not get the rest of anything. They only inherit a prescribed portion. Some inheritors only inherit the rest. There's no such thing as prescribed portions with them. Some inheritors inherit prescribed portions sometimes, and sometimes inherit the rest. There are some inheritors that inherit at times prescribed portions, at times they inherit the rest, at times they inherit both. So there are four methods, right? Four ways. The prescribed amounts that are in the Quran are how many? 6. The first is half, and there's 6. Half, fourth, 1/8, 2/3, 1/3, 1/6. Who gets a half? A daughter, with the condition that there is no son. A daughter of a son with the condition that there is no daughter, there's no son, there's no son of a son. A full sister with the condition that there's no daughter, there's no daughter of a son, there's no son, there's no son of a son. And there's no father. And no grandfather. Father of a father. A paternal sister gets a half with the condition that there is no daughter, no son, no daughter of a son, no son of a son, no full sister, no full brother, no paternal brother, no father of a father. Right? Those are 4 people that get a half, correct? Then there is 1/4. How many people get a fourth? A husband, if there is a child, an inheriting child. A wife, if there is no inheriting child. Okay? That's the 4th. Then there's the 8th. The 8th is for the wife or number of wives if there is an inheriting child. That's an 8th. 2/3 is for a daughter, or no, 2 or more daughters with the condition that there is no son. It's also for a daughter of a son with the condition that there's no daughter, there is no son, there is no son of a son. 2/3 is also taken by 2 or more sisters, with full sisters, with the condition that there's no daughter, there's no son, there's no daughter of a son, there's no son of a son, and no father, and no father of a father. Paternal sister, and there's no full brother, right, as well. Paternal sister gets 2/3 if there's no daughter. If it's a group of them, right, 2 or more, there's no daughter, there's no son, there's no daughter of a son, there's no son of a son, there's no father of a father, there's no full sister, there's no full brother, and there's no paternal brother. 2/3. That's 4 people that get 2/3, right? Any more people that get 2/3? That's 4. Then we have the 3rd, which is for the mother when there is no inheriting child and there's one or less brothers or sisters. So either one brother or sister or no brother or sister. She gets a third. 2/3 is also for a collective or two or more maternal brothers or sisters. Or brothers and sisters. Two or more maternal brothers and sisters.
It's 1/3.
Huh?
You said 2/3. It's 1/3, right?
1/3. I said 2/3? 1/3. Not 2/3, 1/3. And there's no inheriting child. And there's no father or father of a father. 6th is for 7 categories. The first is the father. When there is a son or son of a son. Grandfather, when there's no father, no son, no son of a son. Oh, no. There's no father and there is a son or son of a son. Mother gets a 6th as well. When there is an inheriting child or 2 or more brothers or sisters. A mother of a mother or mother of a father also gets a 6th. When there's no mother, there's no when there's no mother and there is inheriting children or a group of brothers or sisters. Daughter of a son gets a 6th as well. When there is a daughter that gets a half and there is no son of a son with her. A paternal sister gets a 6th when there is no daughter and there is a full sister who gets a half. 7. One brother, maternal brother or sister. And they would get that if there's no inheriting child and there's no father or grandfather and that it is just one of them. So that's the prescribed portions in the Quran. So these are scenarios where these people or these categories of people inherit only through prescribed portions. And we said there's inheritance through ta'seeb. Ta'seeb means they get the rest, they get the remainder. Whatever is remaining, whatever is left behind. Okay? So the rule with asaba, they get the rest. The rule is whatever is remaining, they walk away with it. So when you split up the inheritance, you start with the prescribed amounts. Right? After you're done distributing the prescribed amounts, then you look at who's remaining and what is left for those who are remaining. Prophet ﷺ said, أَلْحِقُ الْفَرَائِضَ بِأَهْلِهَا فَمَا بَقِيَ فَلِأَوْلَى رَجُلٍ ذَكَرٍ يعني أقرب رجل. Prophet ﷺ said, give the prescribed amounts to those who deserve them, and whatever is remaining, give it to the closest male relative. Closest male relative. And if you notice, most of those who inherit through prescribed amounts are the girls. Most are the girls, the females. The ones who inherit, the males who inherit through prescribed amounts are the father in some cases, the husband in all cases, the maternal brothers, and the grandfather in some cases. Right? All the others are females. All right. So, how getting the remainder, how it works. Right? There are three ways. Either you get the remainder based on who you are. So that's called asaba bin nafs. So you get what's remaining based on yourself. Okay. So you get what's remaining based on yourself if you're a son or a son of a son, a father, father of a father, a full brother, paternal brother, a full brother's son, a full brother, paternal brother's son, a full uncle, full paternal uncle, a full paternal or paternal uncle, and their children. So basically, all of the males fall into this category except for the husband. So they get the remainder based on who they are, based on their relationship to the deceased, their family ties to the deceased, based on who they are. So whatever's remaining, it goes to them. If there's nothing remaining, they just don't get anything. Now, which one of these get it? Which one of these people get the remaining amount? I'm asking. So say, for example, they're all present. Person dies and leaves behind all of these relatives, right? All 15 of them. Do they split it among them?
Closest male relative.
No, only one of them gets it. Right, so who gets it first?
The son.
The son. What if it's a group of children? Group of sons?
Oldest.
Then they split it among them. Because they're equal. Right? They split it among them. And then the father, there's no asaba for him. He doesn't get the remainder. There's something else that the father gets. Right? We talked about the father getting a sixth. You guys remember? Right? If there's no son, then the father gets the remainder. If there's no father, the grandfather gets the remainder. If there's no grandfather, like that. The same order that we went through, the same order. Right? It's in order for a reason. So if there's a full brother and a paternal brother, the full brother gets it. Right? If there's a full uncle and a paternal uncle, full paternal uncle and paternal uncle, the full paternal uncle gets it. Okay? So that's the first type of asaba, the first way you can get the remainder. The second way you can get a remainder is a remainder with another. So the first one is a remainder by yourself, because who you are. The second way you can get the remainder is if you're with another. The remainder, al-asabatu ma'al ghayr. The remainder with another. No, the remainder bil ghayr, because of another, not ma'al ghayr. Remainder because of another. Right? Remainder because of another. And this works with the female that is with the equal male. Right? So say for example, a daughter with a son. So the daughter gets the remainder with the son. لِلذَّكَرِ مِثْلُ حَظِّ الْأُنثَيَيْنِ. Right? So the son gets double that of the girl. They're on the same level. A daughter of a son with a son of a son. they split the remainder between them. لِلذَّكَرِ مِثْلُ حَظِّ الْأُنْثَيَيْنِ. For each girl gets half of a boy. So 2 portions for each boy, 1 portion for each girl. A full sister with a full brother, same. A paternal brother with a paternal sister, same. Alright, so they're getting it because of another. They're getting the remainder because of another.
What was the last one? You said paternal son with paternal son of a son?
I'm sorry, what?
The last one, you said it was paternal son with a paternal daughter, or?
Yeah, paternal, no. Paternal brother with a paternal sister. So the paternal sister gets it because of her brother, the paternal brother. And this goes into what's called the blessed relative, al-qarib al-mubarak. Right? The blessed relative. How is it a blessed relative? So say for example, a person dies and leaves behind 2 daughters, a daughter of a son, and a son of a son. Okay? And a father. I want you guys to be with me. Person dies, he leaves behind 2 daughters, a daughter of a son of a son, and a father. So the 2 daughters get what? 2/3. Okay? The father gets what? 1/6. Okay? The daughter of a son gets the remainder with the son of a son. Okay? They get the remainder. Now, the same scenario, but there's no son of a son. There's 2 daughters and a father, and a daughter of a son. The 2 daughters get 2/3. The father gets the rest, and the daughter of a son doesn't get anything. Poor little girl. Right? Had there been a son of a son, she would have got some. That's why they call the son of a son, they call it qarib mubarak, a blessed relative. Because of his existence, she got inheritance. Had he not been there, she wouldn't have got anything. Lucky her.
So is there a scenario where someone would get one of the like 6 prescribed portions and the asaba?
Yes, that's the father and the grandfather. A father and the grandfather when there are daughters and there are no sons. And we'll see that in a second, inshallah. So the third type of asaba, the third way you can get the remainder is the remainder with another. We said because of another, now it's with another. And that pertains to the full sisters where there are girls, daughters, or daughters. So say for example a person dies, leaves behind 2 daughters and a full sister and a mother. 2 daughters, a full sister, and a mother. Oh, without the mother. 2 daughters, a full sister. So the 2 daughters get 2/3, the full sister gets the rest. She gets the rest with the daughters. Okay. All Alright, the next category is what's called blocking. Blocking. Right? Because some relatives block others from inheriting. Right? So say for example there's a son with a son of a son. The son of a son gets nothing. Why? Because there's a son. If there's a full brother and a paternal brother, the paternal brother gets nothing. Why? Because there's a full brother. So there's rules to it. And I think it's going to be a little, you okay? I think it's going to be a little too detailed for our purposes. So just as a rule of thumb, if there are two people who inherit the same way, then the one who is closer is going to take the inheritance. So for example, a father and a father of a father inherit the same way. Right? So if there's a father and a father of the father is the one who takes the inheritance. The father of the father gets nothing. Why? Because they inherit the same way. The relation to the deceased is the same, but the father is closer. A mother and a mother of a mother or a mother of a father, their inheritance is the same. So if there's a mother and a mother of a mother, the mother is the one who inherits. If there is a full brother and there is a paternal brother, the full brother inherits, the paternal brother does not inherit. Okay? So this is like full blockage. There's partial blockage. Partial blockage is where, for example, a daughter inherits a half and the daughter of a son inherits a sixth. If the daughter wasn't there, the daughter of the son would have inherited the half. But because the daughter's there, she blocked some of her inheritance. So it's partial blocking. There's full blocking and there's partial blocking. And there's also blocking where you cause a person to get less because you're with them. So for example, a son by himself is going to get everything. But if he has a brother, if there's two sons, then he's going to get half. Right? So that's a form of blocking because you're preventing the others from getting what they would get if you weren't there. Anyway, I thought it.
What if there's like someone, he has a brother and he has a paternal brother, that's it. So would the brother get everything and the paternal brother not get anything?
So a person dies, he leaves behind what?
Just a brother and a paternal brother.
I'm sorry, what?
A brother and a paternal brother.
He has one brother? What kind of brother?
A full brother.
So one full brother, one paternal brother.
Yeah.
So the full brother is the one who inherits everything. The paternal brother gets nothing. There you go.
So
Yeah.
I have two full brothers, and I have like two step brothers.
Step brothers, maternal or paternal?
Huh?
Maternal or paternal? Maternal is that you have the same mother. Paternal is you have the same father.
None of that.
Not paternal nor maternal, so they don't inherit.
And then I have, what you said, fraternal is father.
Paternal, P.
I have paternal. Do they inherit?
They inherit if there's no one to block them.
As my full brothers.
Your full brothers will block them. Yes. Any questions? There is a category of Dhawil Arham. So they're like relatives through their mother. So in the event there are no inheritors and they're like, cousins, or aunties, for example, or children of aunties, then they would inherit the same way the inheritors would inherit. So say for example, person passes away and leaves behind a daughter of a maternal auntie. Right? That's it. That's all he has. So she takes the rest. She takes everything. Anyway.
Can you reject inheritance?
You're free to take or not take whatever you want. Anyway.
What about the non-Muslim relatives? Eligible?
Non-Muslim relatives do not inherit. So there are three preventers of inheritance. رق وقتل واختلاف ديني فافهم فليس الشك كاليقين. So slavery, murder, and different religion. These prevent inheritance. So even if murder was by mistake, it prevents inheritance. Yeah.
What if you die with like no family at all? Does all go to charity?
If you die, if you did not make a bequest,
What's that?
wasiyah. So you didn't say this goes to that person, this goes to that person. You just left your money as is.
You don't have any family at all.
And then usually, it depends if you're going to do it functionally, looking at how the government works, is the government would take it and dispense of it some kind of way. But how it would be done in Bayt al-Mal, the money would go to Bayt al-Mal al-Muslimin, to the wealth of the Muslims. Anyway, Hassan.
What if you died and your son still didn't have puberty and he
That's
doesn't know
fine.
Do you still give it to him?
It's fine.
Does your inheritance go to him?
Age has nothing to do with inheritance.
Because what I heard, your son does not get the inheritance until he knows how to actually use the money proper.
So there's a difference between receiving it and owning it. So you own it, even if you don't receive it right away. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you own it, but you don't have access to it because you don't know what to do with money. But you own it. You still own it. Hey. Any more questions? We'll stop here, inshallah. Tomorrow we will get into Kitab al-Nikah, how to get married. So those who are interested in getting married, you'll learn how to get married, inshallah. Those who are already married, راحت عليك إلا إذا من استزاد زاده الله. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.